Home sellers, are you really out here not understanding that if you've accepted an offer on your property, you were in a legal and binding contract to sell that property? I asked this because of a situation I just went through with a buyer of mine who was in contract to buy a house. He had done a lot of inspections on this home due to the nature of the property. And one day I get a call from the listing agent saying that the seller is not moving forward with the transaction and they've delivered me a rescission. And she's saying, please have your buyer sign it. Come to find out, the seller had done a forbearance previously, and when he ordered his mortgage payoff, they did not include that forbearance balance. So escrow discovered this and found out that if he was to move forward with the transaction, he would have to bring a lot of money to the closing table, and he wasn't able to do that. Now, of course, that's a huge bummer, and we're all humans in the transaction, right? However, I did let the listing agent know that I would discuss this with my buyer, but he would definitely be expecting to be reimbursed for all of his expenses. To which she flat out said, no. She said, we've delivered a rescission and seller will not be reimbursing your buyer. So this is where the problem started, because as a seller, there's no contingency in the contract for you to just get out of it without any consequences. So this began a lot of back and forth, and in the end, my buyer had to contact an attorney. And when seller heard of this, he did concede and reimburse my buyer for all of his expenses and return his earnest money. I also want you to know that my buyer could have taken this all the way to court, and a judge potentially could have ruled in favor of my buyer and ordered the seller to still sell him his home and perform his contractual duties. So just know that if you are a seller, it is very, very hard to get out of a contract. If you are a buyer, there's contingencies we build in, especially to help you get out of a contract, but they're only during those contingency timelines. So everybody just needs to understand that when you write a contract on a home, this isn't monopoly. You are in a legal binding contract. Just wanted to share that with you guys. The more you know.